The Chicago Bears are once again at the center of draft conversations, and this time it is because of ESPN's latest 2025 National Football League mock draft. The pick? Penn State tight end Tyler Warren. Yes, you heard that correctly, a tight end in the first round for a team that already has a highly paid and productive player at the position in Cole Kmet. The shock factor. This is not just a surprising pick, it is a head-scratcher. Draft day surprises happen all the time, but this one feels different. General Manager Ryan Poles has been strategic in his approach, making moves that clearly indicate he wants to build this team the right way. He has been deliberate, patient, and methodical. And now, after all that careful planning, ESPN's mock draft suggests the Bears will use one of the most valuable assets they have, a top 10 draft pick, on a position that is not even a major need. It is hard to believe. The Bears finally have their quarterback of the future. Caleb Williams is here, and he represents hope for a franchise that has long struggled to find consistency under center. With such an important piece in place, the next step should be making sure he has everything he needs to succeed. That means giving him time in the pocket and surrounding him with playmakers at positions where the team actually needs help. Tight end is not one of those positions. Yet here we are talking about Tyler Warren as the potential pick. It is not just that the Bears already have a tight end, it is that they have one of the better young tight ends in the league. Cole Kmet is coming off a strong season, and while his numbers could have been even better with better coaching, he is still a key piece of this offense. He has size, speed, and reliable hands. He is a red zone threat and a security blanket for a young quarterback. Most teams struggle to find a tight end of Kmet's caliber. The Bears already have him, so why would they use a top 10 pick on another one? The case for Warren. Field Yates, the analyst responsible for this projection, argues that Warren would thrive in new head coach Ben Johnson's system. And to be fair, there is no denying Warren's talent. He is big, fast, and tough to bring down after the catch. He runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and can create mismatches against linebackers and safeties. He also brings an aggressive play style that allows him to gain extra yards after contact. But does any of that justify the Bears using a top 10 pick on him? Absolutely not. The Bears have far greater needs. Some analysts believe that adding another tight end could give the Bears a more dynamic offense, especially with Ben Johnson's creative play calling. But this is not a team that can afford to make luxury picks. They have holes to fill, and taking a tight end this early does not move the needle in the way a top-tier offensive lineman or pass rusher would. Warren is a great prospect, but this is about team-building strategy, not just individual talent. The bigger picture. Let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. The Bears have been aggressive in upgrading their offensive line, which was a major weakness last season. They made two huge trades, bringing in Joe Thuney and Jonah Jackson, two of the best guards in the league. They also signed center Drew Dahlman, giving them an interior line that should be vastly improved. With these moves, the offensive line, once a glaring weakness, now looks like a strength. That is a huge deal, but that does not mean the Bears can ignore other areas of need. When you look at who else is available at the 10th pick, the idea of drafting a tight end becomes even more questionable. There are potential franchise-changing players still on the board. Louisiana State University left tackle Will Campbell could be a cornerstone on the offensive line for the next decade. Edge rusher James Pierce Jr. is a disruptive force who can get after the quarterback, something the Bears need badly. And then there is Boise State running back Ashton Jeanty, a dynamic playmaker who could bring explosiveness and versatility to the offense. Any of these players would make an immediate impact. A tight end, on the other hand, would be more of a luxury pick. The Kmet factor. And then we have to talk about Cole Kmet. The Bears are not desperate at the tight end position. Kmet is just 26 years old. He is signed to a long-term contract. He has proven that he can be a reliable target. The problem last year was not that Kmet was underperforming. The problem was that the coaching staff did not use him properly. He was underutilized. But now, with Shane Waldron calling the plays, that should change. If Kmet is finally put in the right situations, he has the potential to be one of the most productive tight ends in the league. So why would the Bears draft another tight end when they already have a good one? The best move for the Bears. The reality is this: if the Bears are not drafting an offensive lineman, a pass rusher, or a game-changing running back, the most likely scenario is that they will trade down. Ryan Poles has shown that he values draft capital. He understands the importance of accumulating picks and building depth. He has been smart with his decisions so far, and there is no reason to believe he would suddenly make a drastic move like this. So what is the best move? If Ryan Poles decides to stay at number 10, it has to be for a player who will have an immediate and significant impact. An offensive tackle to protect Caleb Williams, a pass rusher who can put pressure on opposing quarterbacks, or maybe a running back who can give the offense another dimension, but a tight end? That just does not make sense. A look at the competition. The Bears are not just making decisions for themselves, they are also keeping an eye on their division rivals. The Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings, and Detroit Lions are all looking to improve in the draft as well. If the Bears make the wrong pick, it could set them back while their rivals move forward. That is why every decision in this draft carries so much weight. An extra factor, the future of the Bears. Beyond just the draft, the Bears are setting the foundation for the next 5 to 10 years. Every pick, every trade, and every signing is part of a bigger strategy. Drafting wisely now means the team can become a legitimate contender sooner rather than later. Caleb Williams is the centerpiece, but he cannot do it alone. He needs protection. He needs weapons. He needs a defense that can give him the ball in good situations. This draft is about more than just one player. It is about building a team that can finally bring sustained success to Chicago. Bears fans, what do you think? Does ESPN have it all wrong with this mock draft, or is there some logic to taking Tyler Warren? Should the Bears stay put and draft a player at a more important position, or should they trade down and collect more assets? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. One thing is for sure, the 2025 National Football League draft is shaping up to be one of the most interesting ones in recent memory, and the Chicago Bears are right at the center of it all.